Hello, collective. This is Tan from Artemis Oracle. I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to be doing a reading today, and I'm just going to put subscriber mode on just to kind of, let's see, 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure what kind of reading I want to do. Yesterday I posted on my community tab wanting requests for the types of readings that you would like to see me doing on lives. It could be anything like no contact message, career messages, like what are they thinking messages, current feelings, whatever, stuff like that. I'm interested in doing stuff like that just to create and post content that will meet your needs, I tend to do the yes or no's, but I love doing regular collective general readings. So that's why I'm asking for some requests from you. Let's see. Let me lower this. I just need my angel music on. So let's see. So earlier today, I got a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and it was the fork in the road. It's about coming to some sort of decision about something. It could be about whether you want to, pursue a certain passion, leave a job, to go for a new one, pursue other opportunities. It could be whether or not you want to level up a relationship or just exit it, or not even allow it to come into fruition if you don't resonate with whoever you may be dealing with. So I find it funny that the number 13 is the number for this card, and 13 in tarot is the death card. And the death card is about closing out old cycles and starting new ones, and we have that within our lifespan. We have multiple opportunities in our life where we have to make certain decisions, whether we're going to take the left path or the right path. Are we going to follow what everybody else has done, or we're going to go into uncharted territory, so I found that very interesting. So it's like, do you let something revive something, or do you let it die? Do you reignite something or let it extinguish, whatever that may be, So I'm not taking any questions, just letting you know now, I'm not taking any questions. I would like requests for the types of readings you would like to see for collectives. Like what kind of readings you would like me to do for collectives. So I saved the Q&A, the yes or no questions for the stream at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Right now, I want to do a collective energy check-in. Hi, Shantae. I hope you had a wonderful birthday. Hey, Finance. I just answered your question. Oh, I just responded to your comment. Let's see. So the fork in the road. What could it be? It could be anything. Anything where you have to make a decision, where you can have two paths, or you may have multiple paths. Like I said, it could do with relationships, it could be with jobs, it could be with finances, it could be about where you want to live, any new opportunity that may be coming to you. So I'll get my tarot deck out. I didn't really bring many. So let's see. Fork in the road. Fork in the road. Let's see what this could be about. What is this fork in the road about? All right, Two of Swords. This is it's like the fork in the road is deciding which path you want to take, what action you want to take, two ideas that you may have. Then we have the Two of Pentacles. We're having two showing up. Okay. This is about balance. This is about weighing the pros and cons when it comes to making some sort of decision. It's very vague. Knight of Swords is like indicating that it's time to take some action. The Knights take action. So you have to decide on something. I would say if it's something that you feel like it's being rushed, that people want you to respond quickly, not even given a chance to really think about it, give it a thorough, background check, or weeding out all the information, getting all your questions answered, clarifying any things that may be confusing, just to allow yourself to know what is the best option for yourself. Don't feel like you have to do that. If someone is trying to rush you into something, that's very suspicious. So I would say beware of that. Anything that's like limited edition, limited time offer, anything that kind of forces you to make a quick decision without giving it thorough thought. So that's the Knight of Swords. So some of you may be rushed into making a decision, but if it's something that you really want and you don't want to let the opportunity pass you by, then I would say still give it take as much time as you can. If you really feel inclined to choose something, to choose a certain path or make a decision about something between two options, still take the time that you have to make to do some research, get some more information, get some clarity, and then weigh the pros and cons, even if it's not that much time. Don't rush into something, because you don't want to end up in a place where there may be a lot of burdens, maybe even a lot of regrets. But that card says that whatever decision you make, you are going to learn, you're going to grow, it's going to be part of your journey. It's going to inform you. It's going to give you a different perspective that you may not have seen before. So it's depending on the type of options you have available to you, what decision you have to make. And you also have to consider if it may be impacting other people too, So is it a decision that's fair? Is it balanced? Does it meet all your needs? Is there anything that may be lacking in this decision, or the options or opportunities, whatever it may be? This is very vague. I see this. Wow, this is funny. I shuffled these cards yesterday, and I shuffled them today. Look at this. We got 666. So the number 6 may be significant to you. 666. Right now, there were 15 people there. Reduces down to 6. This is about the choice. You have the power of decision. You have the power to make the choice. You get to decide what it is that you want, If it's going to be something that's fair and balanced, is it something that's going to leave you a lack, or is it going to require too much of you? Is it going to require that you give more than you receive? Is there going to be equal reciprocity? The 6 here, 6 of Wands, is it going to bring success? Is it going to bring you towards your ultimate goal? Is it going to lead you down the path of victory? And then the 6 of Cups. Is this going to be something that you look back on and you're going to be proud of, or are you going to regret? Is this something that you are going to think fondly of? Is this something that you're going to reminisce on? It could be an opportunity that may be coming around from the past. Maybe in the past you had a lot of burdens that interfered with you pursuing whatever it was. Maybe there was a lot of burdens that stopped you in your tracks with the Knight of Swords and this 9 of Wands here. So there may have been something that may have stalled you, and it may be an opportunity that you did put in a lot of thorough thought in, and you really wanted to follow through with, but something kind of stopped you. A lot of obstacles, a lot of challenges, a lot of opposition, however this resonates with you, because this is very vague. There's no love in here. Something that you've been agonizing about, you will know what this is. This is seeming very general because it's not indicating love, it's not indicating business. It's about a decision, So it may be something that has caused you a lot of stress in the past, or you may have experienced a lot of anxiety and stress, and you probably worked through that. And that may be where you're at this place where, I overcame whatever issues I had in the past, and now I'm at this place where I'm able to give, and I feel like I will see success. Maybe some of you are starting to feel a lot more confident. It could be that. Because I see the Tower here. There was something that really interfered. Right here, the Tower's right here. Something that interfered, that did leave a lot of burdens, a lot of stress. But it seems like some of you may be overcoming that. Maybe at this place where you feel more invigorated, more revitalized, and you're wanting to charge forward. Like, I already made my decision. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to go through all the obstacles. I'm going to use my sword to whoosh those wands, and you're going to give everything you've got, or as much as you feel like you need to give, so you could see the success that you're trying to achieve, But with the Tower, it's like There may have been something that you've experienced in the past that caused a lot of anxiety, interfered with you, possibly put you in a place where you felt like you couldn't really move. Like you felt like you had to stay where you were, you know? With the Four of Pentacles, it's usually someone who feels comfortable. Maybe some of you felt like maybe some of you have been in a comfort zone and you needed some sort of shakeup in your life to kind of force yourself out of some sort of rut. It could be that too, you know. I would say it's so. This is very vague. It's very general. So, it seems like the advice is there is something, a decision you have to make, it's important that you take the time to reflect on the options, see what works for you, what doesn't, weigh the pros and cons before moving forward, before taking decisive action. You know, understand what burdens may be tied to the opportunities that may be coming towards you, and which ones are you willing to take? Which ones are you willing to give your energy towards? 11-11, as I'm saying that, you know, what is going to bring you closer to victory and something that you can look back on and have no regret, or it could be just revisiting something that's coming back around, you know. But it's about, I feel like some of you are maybe coming out of a rut or maybe needing to come out of a rut, especially if there's something that you really, really want, but you haven't really felt inspired to take some sort of action, you know. So some of you may have a choice. Some of you do have a choice, you know, an important choice to make. And one that's going to change your life. It's going to bring you victory. It's going to bring you success. It's even going to even show you a different side of yourself and even bring you financial abundance, a place of being financially secure and independent. So I'm going to close that message out right there with the fork in the road card. I don't know if anybody saw the short I did, and I read the meaning of the card. Fork in the road. The only card that came out that was a major arcana was the Tower. So there's some significant change that some of you are going to experience where you're going to have to make some sort of decision. And like I mentioned in the beginning of the reading, the number 13 is the Death card. It's Scorpio energy. It's about transformation. So there's some sort of transformative event that you've already overcome or you've already gone through, or there may be one coming that's going to require you to make a decision, you know? So I hope that reading was helpful if that happens to you, if that resonates with you. And if it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. My name is Tan. I'm Artemis Oracle. Okay, let me see. Hi, Sumi, how are you? Welcome back. All right, let's see. So I wanted to go into the love situations deck to see any love messages that the collective needs to know at this time. Just so you know, Sumi, I'm not answering any questions today. At this live stream, I'm going to be answering questions at 6 p.m. Eastern time when I go live later on today. Once again, it's 6 p.m. Eastern time. So if you want a question, if you're new, you're watching, you're peeping, you know, you could subscribe now so that you're able to get your question answered later on today. It's going to be either, I'm going to go back to yes or no questions. Yes or no questions. I thought about using the timing oracles to answer any questions about timing, like when something may happen. But those cards have years from now, and some people don't want to hear that something's going to take years, you know. But just let me know if that's something that you would like to see. Like you would like to see a timing reading, like when can I expect this to happen? When can I expect that to happen? You know, I could consider adding that reading, but you have to have the understanding that it may say years from now. It's a long way from now, something like that. You have to be okay with that. Remember, I'm just a messenger. You know what they say about the messenger. You don't pew 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 pew. You can tell I don't use pew pews. Okay, so let's see. When it comes to a fork in the road, I want to stay with that theme. Now, when it comes to love, let's see what that may be related to. Because that first reading I did was very general. It was very vague. See, once you tell me, I'm not going to answer any questions. They disappear like a fart in the wind. You know. Let's see. Okay, with the fork in the road, what does the collective need to know when it comes to the fork in the road? Lessons. There are lessons that you need to learn. Love lessons learned. Shift in perspective, raising your vibration. Okay. Are you going to keep doing the same thing, or are you going to repeat the lesson? Okay. Ooh, shocking events. Didn't I mention a tower moment maybe happening for some people? For someone out there, whoever the message resonates with, unexpected surprise, did not see it coming, unpredictable. So tower moments don't necessarily have to be negative. Tower moments could be like positive things you will never expect. It could be something that knocks you on your ass. It could be something that can like feel like your world is being torn apart, like everything is collapsing around you. But towers can also like be a herald change, like change is coming, a change is coming, right? And it could be like an unexpected surprise. It could be something miraculous happening, because if there was something that you didn't think was possible happening, and it does, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, you could be so surprised, you could be shocked, and it could be in the best way possible, you know? Now, when it comes to the lessons card and shocking events, there may be something that you may be going through and you're going to be learning something. There's probably going to be a sudden turn that you didn't expect. It could be a negative or it could be a positive. It could be unexpected, or some of you, if it's expected, then it's not so, it wouldn't be so shocking to you, you know? It could be something unpredictable happening, you know? Now, when it comes to love, can I get more, please, Spirit? Tell me more, Spirit. Yeah, something, if when it comes to fork in the road and I'm putting this together, there may be something where you, I don't know if some of you are going to have, I just thought of multiple choice. Fork in the road, you have to make a decision, right? Some of you may be having to have multiple options and you have to make a decision. But it's like, are you going to repeat the same thing? That's too many cards. That's too many cards. That was 4 cards. I don't need that many cards. Don't you hate when you're about to make a decision that something comes around and you're like, I want that instead. Okay, wait, hold on. I don't know. That just popped up in my mind. Okay. It says boundaries, no more enabling, feeling used, setting healthy boundaries. Okay. And then abundance, financial blessings, healthy money perspective, financial independence. This is supposed to be love situations. I'm not sure how this will tie into love. Okay, I'm gonna go into like the negative territory. Some of you may be getting an opportunity, right? That is unexpected. But there may be somebody. Okay, I'm gonna say what I first thought. Some of you may be getting an opportunity, and there may be somebody trying to stop you in some way, stopping you from, hello, Paula, how are you? There may be somebody that wants you to not take the opportunity. But I feel like for some of you, you may be putting up a boundary and letting them know that that's your decision, it's your life, it's your decision to make, and that you're no longer like allowing someone to feel like they have that much influence over you, right? So that's what the setting healthy boundaries. Another thing is, I forgot the other thing. Maybe it wasn't that important. No more enabling. You know, maybe some of you are noticing that you've been enabling somebody. You've been, you know, someone has a habit or something that they do, and it could be within your love relationship, because this is supposed to be love. It could be a friendship too. There may be somebody that, you know, you could be in a place of financial independence. You may be abundant. You may be able to, you know, like we saw the 6 of Pentacles earlier, you're able to be generous. But there may be somebody around you that may be trying to take advantage of you. And some of you may not have realized it because, you know, you may be a very loving, giving, generous type of person, right? And it probably wasn't a big deal. But I don't know if something's gonna come around where someone's gonna ask you for something, and then you're gonna be like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. I don't feel comfortable giving you that much money. I don't feel comfortable buying that or doing that. There's gonna be something where you're gonna be like, yes, I have the money. Yes, I have the funds. Yes, I have. Oh, I'm able to do that. But I'm able to buy whatever you're asking. But I'm not. I'm not able. I'm not going to buy it for you. I don't know if that's something. I mean, that could be our kids. I know some of us have kids here, so maybe your kids maybe want more than you're willing to give. You're like, did you really earn that? You want that? Then you're gonna have to go get it yourself. Maybe setting some sort of boundary like that, because hey, we love our kids, right? So that's part of love relationships too. More familial, paternal, or maternal type of love. But it could be like something comes up, and then you refuse something to someone and they don't like it. And then it's like you realize, so all this time I've been doing all this stuff for you, these little things. But then when you ask me for this big thing, and I say no, then now you want to act a certain way. Now you want to be a certain way towards me. And it's like you learned something. So you're realizing, okay, maybe I need to put up boundaries. Maybe I shouldn't be as generous as I have been in the past with this particular person, because they may feel like they're entitled to whatever you have. So that could be something. Some of you may be at that juncture where you're trying to decide whether you want to even continue engaging with this person, too, with the fork in the road, and trying to apply this all together. If you want to continue giving to somebody, establishing boundaries. If you feel like you've been overgiving, maybe like, oh, maybe it's time for you to start giving, or you just like putting something to a stop. No longer allowing someone to take advantage of you if you felt that way. How come it took me all those words to just say someone was taking advantage of you? I know those words, but somehow my brain just beat it around the bush, It beat around the bush with that message. I think it was just trying to not intellectual, verbalize what I was getting. I do that sometimes. Okay, let me see. When I split the deck, at the bottom, I saw mirroring each other. Something needs healing, seeing yourself in them. And then we see separation, withdrawal, disconnect, test of love, relationship. Why that fell? Okay, that's interesting that those cards fell. Okay, withdrawal, disconnect, tests of love, relationship, breakdown. It's funny that we have the lessons. So there may be some sort of test coming your way with the mirroring. This may be a test of your relationship too, because even in a relationship, you still need to establish boundaries. Just because someone is your boyfriend or girlfriend or fiance or husband or wife, your partner, life partner, that doesn't mean they could walk all over you. It doesn't mean you could walk all over them. There still needs to be boundaries. There needs to be a level of respect. I don't know if some of you have been, like, because with the separation card coming out with mirroring, I think now you're seeing something within yourself. This person may not necessarily be doing what you're doing the exact same thing, but they're reflecting something to you that you probably didn't see in the past. Maybe depending on the type of relationship you've had, it could be an unrequited love. And what that typically is, it could be one-sided. One-sided love, not enough attraction, feelings are not mutual, right? Maybe that's something that you're realizing too with the lessons. Undervalued or unvalued, taken for granted, unequal give and take, not feeling appreciated. Other, angry, resent me. Some of you may be resentful towards this person, and that may be what's being mirrored back to you. Their actions, and then the realization that what they're doing is causing you to feel a certain way. If you felt like someone has been taking advantage of you, has been taking you for granted, doesn't appreciate you or value you, resentment, invalidated, mistreated, being triggered, Another one is heartbreak, breakup, suffering, and grieving, and able to move on. So that could be where some of you are right now. You could be at this place where you just you're trying to decide if this is where you are you happy with where you are in your connection? Do you want to continue down the road of this connection, or is this something that you should just walk away? Continue to, like, if you're someone who is, maybe has put your all in a relationship, and maybe you may be at this point where you're considering putting your finances ahead of love, because if this is something that you've experienced time and time again with lessons, it doesn't say lesson, it says lessons. So this is probably something that you've experienced multiple times, and now you're seeing the facts. Sometimes you don't have to. The mirroring doesn't have to be the person's doing what you're doing. They could just be a mirror to you, just showing you what you're doing and what you're not getting back in return. The unreciprocated love, the unreciprocated support, unreciprocated value, appreciation, and you're at this place. Some of you may be at this place where you may be causing this shocking event. Some of you may be disconnecting and choosing to separate from someone because you're no longer happy with whatever the situation is. Like I said, someone feels unvalued. It's one-sided relationship. It doesn't have to be, it could be the person loves you, but they could be a lazy motherfucker, or just greedy, selfish, right? Can you really love somebody and be selfish? I think it's possible, but it's just it's probably not equal, but yeah, you're angry and you're at this place where you're just, you've had your heart broken too many times. You had too many fucking pins stuck in your heart, and you're like, okay, I get it now. Thank you, universe. Thank you for letting me know that now it's up to me to decide what path I'm going to take. Am I going to continue dealing with these types of energies, or am I going to take the path that is uncharted to me, like moving on my own, focusing on myself, focusing on my abundance, whatever that is to you, because everybody's idea of abundance is subjective. We all have our own ideas and own desires of what we would consider an abundant life. It doesn't have to only do with money. You may be at this place where, like, you're trying to decide which path to take, but the thing is you got to take the path where you choose yourself. You come first in all situations, and you could do that without being selfish. You could do that without being heartless. You could do that without being selfish. You could still be the giving, loving person you are. It's just a matter of you establishing firm boundaries so that you don't end up in a situation where you feel bitter, you feel resentful for what you've given to someone and it not being reciprocated back to you. And it's not because you feel like you deserve it or you earned it or anything. It's not some sort of entitlement, because people who are givers, they don't give to get anything in return. They usually give. It makes me think about that little song. The more that you have, the more that you give away. You are abundant in your love, your energy, maybe even finances, and your care, your concern for others, your compassion. But there has to be a limit where you're not hurting yourself too, because if you continue to be in situations like this, one-sided situations where you feel like you're not being appreciated and you're often feeling resentful or bitter towards somebody, you got to just remember that you decided to stay in this situation. You decided to deal with this. It's a matter of you, like I said, setting firm boundaries and knowing when for yourself of when to continue giving and when to, like, not be so overly generous, if that even exists. I think it does to a certain extent. So this is like something that some of you may be at right now, but the answer to this is what makes you happy, what is going to bring you happiness, what is fair to you. Is this hurting you more than it's making you feel good? Do you feel like you're appreciated? Do you feel like you're loved? This is something that you have to ask yourself when you decide whatever path it is that you're going to choose, whatever path that lies ahead for you. This is a very personal decision for you to make. And I'm just reading the cards, and they're letting you know, like, this is food for thought for anyone in this situation. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, I still have some time. So let me see. Because I didn't bring that many oracle cards with me this time around, which was dumb. I wanted to bring so many cards with me, but my bag could only hold so much. Oh, I'm not answering questions. If only answer yes or no questions. And if you want a question answered, a yes or no question answered, you have to go. You can join me in my live stream later this evening, Eastern time, 6 p.m. Eastern time. And then I can answer your questions then. Okay. I don't know why I came into the Oracle deck. It ended on July. July is Cancer and Leo season. So that may be a significant time frame for you. The 3rd of July, the 21st of July. Let me see. So I'm going to put these cards over here. And I want to do a timing reading. Let's see what, if we could get some time frames about this fork in the road. I am not answering any questions. The only questions I answer will be on my live stream at 6 p.m. Eastern time later today. And I only answer yes or no questions. So the first card that we have here is, it's in the future. It's in the future. Number 39. That could be your age. That could be 39 reduces down to 12. So 12. That reduces down to 3. Number 39 may be significant to you in some way. November has 25. So the 25th or the 7th may be significant to you. That's Scorpio and Sagittarius season. Okay, what else do we have? The timing. April. We're in April right now. April 18th may be significant. Oh, look at this. And by the end of the month, we have the number 53. Yesterday was the 8th, which was Sanche's birthday. I hope she had a wonderful birthday. I hope you had a wonderful birthday, Shantae. And you got all the freebies. It's in the future. Okay, so there may be something coming up in the near future. It could be even as far down to November. It could be all the way down to November. That something may be happening. Even within this month itself. So let's see. So if anyone's new here, my name is Tan. Artemis Oracle is my channel. I'm an Oracle and Tarot card reader. I go live Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern time and 6 p.m. Eastern time. So sometimes I answer yes or no questions. At this moment, I'm not answering any questions. I'm not answering any yes or no questions. I don't do health readings. I don't do legal readings, medical, legal. I don't do that. Okay. So like I mentioned, I'm not reading any questions. And if I do, it's going to be later today at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And it's going to be yes or no questions. Yes or no. Okay. So, oh, we have the devil. The devil's in the details. The devil. That's Capricorn energy. Someone's the greatest of all time. I felt like I had to say that. Okay, so Capricorn energy is someone who and not someone, it's the energy of someone. It's the energy, I'm not going to say it's someone, but it's the energy of being hardworking, career focused, maybe even overworking. Career driven, overworking. Obsessed, possibly. Hi, Priya. Hi, Leavia. Welcome back. Hi, Arcana. I keep saying I'm not answering any questions. So if anyone posts a question, I will put you in the timeout. One thing I don't like is if I have to repeat myself. Anyone who's a mother understands how annoying it is to have to repeat yourself. Let's see. So the devil. Oh, Two of Cups. Okay. Some sort of partnership. A little bit of time. And the Hierophant. Oh, Lord. And a Ten of Cups. Okay. So we have April and November here, and it's in the future. So we have the Devil, Two of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Ten of Cups with the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles, I believe, it may be Capricorn energy. It may be, but it's Earth sign energy. Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. But we have the Devil here. So it's like strong indication. Someone's been working very hard on something. It could be some sort of partnership. I was mentioning about work. Capricorns are all about career, work. They're not so much about love. Not so much about love. You know, so this doesn't have to be, the Two of Cups doesn't have to be a love relationship, a romantic relationship. This could simply be like a business partnership that some of you may be coming into. With the Hierophant, that's indicating contracts, commitment, higher institutions. It could even be have to do with spirituality, organizations too. But the Ten of Cups is about happiness. It doesn't have to be about romantic happiness. It's about being emotionally fulfilled. It's about being satisfied, reaching some sort of milestone, but where you are content and emotionally fulfilled. You're happy. You're full of joy. You know, and it could be a very joyful partnership, but I don't know if this Devil is positive or negative, you know? So I want to know. Tell me more about, I want to know about the Devil. Number 15 may be significant to you because the Devil shows two people bound. It could be about fears. It could be about insecurities, shame, obsessions, attachments, unhealthy attachments. Tell me about the Devil. Someone doesn't listen to instructions. Okay. Okay, if you're new here, my name is Tan. Artemis Oracle is my channel. And right now I am not answering any questions. No questions. Oh, we have a star. Okay, that's Aquarius energy. So we have Capricorn and Aquarius. Okay. Anything else? The Devil, the Star. Seven of Cups. Okay. Okay, one more. Because Aquarius is about, you know, we have the Hierophant here. Because the star is about collective consciousness. Temperance, Sagittarius. Ooh. okay. I think some of you are overcoming some sort of fears, overcoming some sort of limiting thoughts or beliefs that you have about yourself, because with the devil to the star, that's indicating some sort of transition, healing. Maybe there was some sort of confusion that you may have experienced, and now you're at this place where you're able to see things very clearly and not be clouded by anything that any limiting beliefs, because when you have two people who are chained here, and it doesn't have to be two people like a couple, it could just be like you could either resonate with the masculine or feminine energy, right? It's just being tied to something that may not be the healthiest thing, right? It could be secret desires, obsessions, attachments. Some of you are maybe overcoming that, healing them, being more at peace with yourself, being at peace, seeing things more clearly, about some sort of options or opportunities that may be coming up, or even information that you're receiving, or opportunity. I said opportunities already? Opportunities, if I didn't say that. But something that, well, you may have a lot of options coming to you. They could be with regards to love, it could be regards to career, it could be money streams, it could be anything. But I feel like some of you are overcoming something. You're being more grounded and more balanced, you're having some sort of reconciliation within yourself, maybe even integrating, the shadow and light aspects of yourself. That could be a part of your healing journey. So that's something that, but I want to know what the Seven of Cups is. I have to do this quickly because my lunch break is about to end. Okay. What is the Seven of Cups? Five of Pentacles. I don't know if you were confused about yourself. We can be confused about ourselves, Hi, Marcia. I'm doing well. Hope you are too. So the Five of Pentacles is about lack. It's not feeling like you don't have enough, or like you are not enough. So some of you, I don't know if you're looking back at everything that you've done in the past, all the experiences, and that probably have made you feel a certain way. And that could be what you're healing. Six of Pentacles, yeah. Because you see this progress right here. I think some of you probably, yeah, it has to do with the value. Maybe it ties back to being unvalued. Maybe some of you were in situations, or maybe you didn't value yourself. You have to value yourself. You have to know your worth. Maybe some of you were like, you didn't see your worth, and now you see your worth. Maybe the Seven of Cups is you looking at all those parts of yourself, And I keep saying this because I believe this, that even if you've done something wrong in the past, that you may have been deceptive, you may have been dishonest, you may have been hurtful, or you may have done something you regret, that doesn't mean you're a bad person. You're just a person that did bad things. Now, if you know and you do those things intentionally and you continue to do that, then maybe you are a bad person. Maybe you are the devil. But maybe some of you held yourself to this belief that you were a bad person. But if you look at the circumstances that you were in, you probably had to make this very hard decisions that you probably wouldn't have to make now. Maybe you had to do things that you're ashamed of, but there could be like this part where you're saying, well, this is the way my life has been. I can't change who I was, or because that's what you've done is not really a part of your identity. It's a part of your experience. It does shape your identity. It shapes who you are, but it doesn't make you who you are. You know what I mean? It just shows you what you're capable of. Maybe there are things that you never thought you were capable of. Maybe some of you feel like you're not capable of certain things, but then you have to reflect on everything that you've overcome in your life and see that, wow, I went through this, but somehow I ended up here. I'm in a good place right now. So maybe I'm not such a bad person after all. Maybe I am worth something. It's important for you to see your value, and that could be something that you're healing and reconciling within yourself. Understanding that just because you did bad things doesn't mean you're a bad person, And that could be what part of this healing is. This could be something that you're in the process of, or this is going to be some sort of realization that you're going to be experiencing in the near future, you know? If this has to do with relationship, you could have see how you've probably allied alliance. You were in, I want to say, an alliance with certain groups of people, you know, but maybe you no longer resonate with those people anymore. See the Two of Cups here. It's like a reconciliation, I would say, and it's not reconciliation romantic. It could be an internal one, you know, where there's these aspects. Let's say one aspect of you is the shadow and the other aspect is the light, you know. And you see here, there's two people, same genders, right? But they're like in harmony. They're seeing eye to eye. Maybe that's how you're seeing, but it could be some sort of dynamic you were dealing with in the past where it was somebody who was, you may have been in the past dealing with toxic types of energies, and now you're at a better place and see that you deserve more, and you're healing and realizing that you're not at lack. You are at this place where you have something of value to give to someone, to the world, you know, to your community, to your family. It could be that. Now, I want to know what the Two of Cups is. Tell me about the Two of Cups. Oh, I hope it's helpful. This message is helpful to you, Leo. I love when I'm told that the messages are coming out, because sometimes I get so many things and I just don't know what's going to resonate with anybody. And I try to be one of those readers that tries to get out as many different scenarios as possible. And that's why my videos when I used to film, they tend to be long, because I want to hit like every possible point that comes to my mind, you know. Four of Pentacles, Two of Cups. So some of you, there may have been some sort of standstill in a relationship. There hasn't been any movement. And it could be because of what insecurities have been holding you back. You know, like we have the 5 to the 4 of Pentacles, right? What did I put it back? Oh my gosh. We saw the 5 of Pentacles, right? And I think I did. I think I put it back in the deck. But you move to the 6 where you see you do have value. You are valued. And this is where the standstill could have came from. It could have put something at a pause because maybe someone or you felt like you weren't good enough, you know? Good enough for a relationship, like you didn't have enough to give. And I know people, when they get into relationships, because now I'm seeing this as a love thing now, some people are like, I'm not ready to be in a relationship because I don't feel like I have anything to offer you. I don't have, yes, Hera is a collective reading. I feel like some people may think that they don't have enough to give, and that may be like, I only have enough for myself. I can't give as much as I used to. Or some of you are being called to like kind of pause and not overgive in some way. It could, take it as it resonates, you know, because maybe some of you just want to feel more stable and secure in a relationship or in a partnership, if it's business, where you want to see growth, but you don't want to take unnecessary risks. You don't want to end up at a deficit, which is what the 5 of Pentacles indicates. It's like not feeling like you have enough or not feeling like you are good enough. But with the 2 of Cups to the 4, it's like that could be where you felt, maybe some of you felt like if you give into something that you will end up losing. Like you will be making some sort of sacrifice or unnecessary risk that will put you back at square one. You know, and that could be where this pause is coming from with the 4 of Pentacles. You're like, I'm happy where I'm at right now. I didn't want to leave my comfort zone because, yeah, I reached this level of success and, you know, I feel safe. I feel comfortable here. Or like in a relationship, I feel safe and comfortable with the way the relationship is. Like, we don't have to move any further because, you know, if we move into this new territory, like with the fork in the road, right? If we go here, we don't know what's going to happen. Like, is it going to collapse? Is it going to get better or is it going to get worse? You know, you don't know. Is the relationship or partnership going to deteriorate or is it going to flourish? But I think it's all about your mindset, you know, and the person you may be dealing with's mindset. Let me see what else. I got the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, it's about focus and dedication. But it's interesting that we have the Four of Pentacles. There may be two people who are resisting some sort of connection too. They're both like, I don't feel like I have enough. I don't think I'm good enough. I'm happy where I'm at, But it's like, okay, I feel the same way too. I feel the same way too. We could put both our Four Pentacles together and work together to build something. Let's focus. Let's focus on what we want. Let's focus on each other. Let's focus on growth. Let's focus on prosperity, because we do have the Ten of Cups here. That message may not resonate with everybody, but it's like this sudden inspiration may be coming in, with the Ace of Wands. It could be that. That could be the realization. I don't know if somebody's birthday is in November, or this is something that may be happening between now and November. Let me see what else. Now and November, because we have April and November here. See? So it could be between now and November. And we do in the future. November is in the future. The numbers again, 39, 25, and 18 may resonate with you. And you can reduce the numbers down. 39 is 12, and then reduces down to 3. 25 reduces down to 7, and 18 reduces down to 9. And 9 will be a close of a cycle, ending of a cycle. And then it'll be a restart with 0 or 1. Yeah, 1. Okay. But Hierophant and Ten of Cups, that's like a commitment. Like I said, a harmonious commitment, a harmonious relationship, or a harmonious partnership. Now that I look at the cards, I do see children there. So this could be about, like, when it comes to relationships and family, even a harmonious family life. If you've already married, or, you want children. That's something that may be coming. That may be something to look forward to. Let's talk about the Hierophant and the Ten of Cups. Hierophant. 9 of Pentacles, being at this place where you are abundant. You feel secure. I'm not answering questions. Pooji, hello. I'm not answering questions. See that? Pentacles, security, stability, abundance, independence. This is how you want to be in a relationship too. You want to be able to come into a relationship, right? But you can't let your limiting beliefs or thoughts stop you, I'm not saying being in a relationship is going to put you at this status, because this is a solo status. This is independent status. Independent woman, independent man, Like, I take care of my shit. I don't need nobody to help me, but it's nice to have somebody there to support you, and you do the same for them, right? That's important. So I feel like some of you need to really improve on your being comfortable being alone too, before this all happens. This may be something that you need to do now. And I was mentioning 9, and look, 9 of Pentacles. 18 reduces down to 9. So I feel like this is what it's saying for now. If, like, you really want a commitment, you have to be committed to yourself. You have to be committed to the happiness, your joy, being at a place where you're happy and content in your own life, where you're emotionally satisfied, where you feel really good, that you can welcome this type of energy in, instead of continuing to deal with stuff where you feel like you're at a lack, or you feel like you're missing out, or you feel like you're not good enough. You have to remember this, this is what I'm thinking about now, gratitude. You have to be grateful for everything you have right now. It may not be exactly what you want, because I put the 5 of Pentacles back, because that could be what happened. What's the issue? Some of you may not be happy where you are in your life right now, because you're not at a place where you envision yourself in the future. So, yeah, I feel like you have to be grateful for where you are when it comes to April, where you are right now. Be grateful for everything, all the good that you have, all the joy, all the abundance, the little things, all the little things. And that's a choice too. That's the fork in the road too. You have a choice to be grateful or ungrateful, but in order to attract more abundance into your life, because the abundance card came out here, abundance is not only about money, it's about energy, it's about love, it's about care, it's everything that you value. You can be abundant in it. It's not necessarily about money, but this is about you valuing yourself, your self-worth, knowing that you are a bad bitch. or you are a bad, I don't know what I would call a man, a bad Mitch. I don't know what we would call a man. But it's like once you're at this place where you commit to yourself, commit to your happiness, commit to seeing your worth and your value, then in the near future, you can overcome this, heal from this devil, the devil on your shoulder. Makes me think about the Ava Max song. Every time I cry, I get a little bit stronger. Heal, right? And then you reconcile the shadow, the disappointments, the sadness, the pain, the wrongs that you have committed, you know, and you realize your value. You see your value, what you have to offer to the world, you know, and what you give out, you receive, you know, which is like the Six of Pentacles, reciprocity at its best, you know. Same thing with temperance, you know. You pour into one thing in order for something to be returned to you. It's alchemy, you know. It's also a cleansing too, in a way. They're filtering out what doesn't work for you, what no longer serves you, so that you can reach your highest good, right? Because we have the star and the temperance here, you know. The star comes after the temperance card. So it's like whatever inner conflict you're experiencing, just know that the voice that's going to win is the one that should win is the one that lets you know how valuable you are as a person and what you can contribute to your family, to your friends, in a relationship, to your community, to the world, however it is. And then once you are connected in that way, you know, you're going to allow yourself to receive abundance in any way you want, whether it's finances, whatever is opportunities. It could be love, whatever. But I feel like that's what it's saying here, you know. I mean, like, it takes time, and some of you may already be in this journey, but I feel like that's the message for now, for you to consider as we continue on through the rest of 2026, and we reach November. And November is Thanksgiving. Now that I think about it, November is when we have Thanksgiving in the US. I think October, it's October for Canada. I could be wrong, but it's about being grateful, being in an attitude of gratitude, you know. But it's important that that gratitude starts now, no matter where you are in your journey. You have to be able to see what you have right now that you do value, that you care about, that you are grateful for. And I think the first thing and most important thing that we should be grateful for is that we're here today, that we're alive, you know, because then we can't even think about what could possibly be in the future for us, you know. So I think that's the easiest place to start. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to be able to wake up. I'm grateful to be able to go to the bathroom on my own, be able to walk, anything that you're grateful for. Because remember, not everybody has the same things as you, you know. They don't people will have gratitude for different things, but I feel like the simplest way to be grateful is to be alive, you know, that you get to make choices or decisions. You get to think about your future. You have the power to even make decisions for yourself. Consider the options that lie ahead for you and which path you want to take. That's something to be grateful for, you know. That may not resonate with everybody because some people may not be in those situations. So I hope this message was helpful. I went over my lunch break, but I hope this message reaches whoever it needs to. Hi, Brittany. We need to find a word for men, because I can't call a man I can. If I want to be a bitch, I could call a man a bitch too. But I'm glad I made you laugh. Leah. Hi, Dana. How are you? Hi, vlogging. Hi, Shin-chan. Okay, so I'm gonna end the live stream now. I really appreciate you all for allowing me to read for you. And hi, Anukriti. Anukriti Sharma, right? Is that you, Anukriti Sharma? I hope you're doing well. So I'm ending this live stream now. Thank you for allowing me to read for you, and I'm grateful for you joining me. And if you have subscribed, if you're new here, thank you for subscribing and welcome to Artemis Oracle. My name is Tan, and I'm your reader. And I'm grateful for all of you being here, even if you don't listen to my instructions, Pooji, you know. So I hope to see you later today at 6 p.m. Eastern time, and that's when I'll be answering yes or no questions. Remember, only yes or no. So I hope to see you later on today. Thank you so much again, and I hope you have a great rest of your day or evening wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.